annihilate the sentimental romantic reactionaries. Show them no mercy. Wipe them off the face of the earth. The march of progress must continue forward. I am an evil Chinese dictator. I am Sun Yat-sen if he was a brutal tyrant who massacred millions. I am the Mandarin. I am here to break the millennial. Wipe the reactionaries off the face of the earth. Millennials think of themselves as, like, let's say Shrek. It's too based, but millennials think of themselves as Shrek, right? They have this sovereign sense of selfhood and subjectivity, and that they feel like they're an individual. I'm a unique individual. I'm a millennial, right? But Zoomers are minions. You know those little small yellow things, the minions? That's what Zoomers are. Zoomers are collectivistic in nature. They have a collectivistic subjectivity. Everything about the subjectivity of the Zoomer is suspended in social media. Some kind of collective form of expression, openly. Likes, retweets, clout, identity through aggregation of numbers. And millennial and Zoomers are very cognizant of this fact. But millennials, who want to be special snowflake individuals, are just eternally coping about that. When millennials witness this kind of breakdown of individual subjectivity into this kind of like flux of collectivistic and social expression, it's actually traumatizing on a deep and visceral level. Like, they find it traumatizing that everything they find to be unique about themselves can be broken down, not only like broken down quantitatively, but like can basically be, I don't want to sound like a student, it can be deterritorialized. Right? It could be this flux of masses. What millennials cannot stand is this, that everything about their subjectivity can be quantified. Millennials, listen up. Your opinions are one-like. And this something about this they find so traumatic. They do everything that they can to safeguard their sense of selfhood and personality and individuality amidst this fact. Their whole identity is based in trying to kind of safeguard some kind of special snowflake identity, some kind of new form of high culture. But what's the Zoomer in contrast to that? The Zoomer is the complete opposite. The Zoomer is fully mass culture, fully popular culture. The Zoomer does not, believe it or not, does not really believe in individuality. It's interchangeable. It can be switched out and changed. It's the difference between Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Halo 1 through 3. It's just the Master Chief. It's one guy, the Master Chief. If you're a millennial, all your little brothers liked Halo Reach. You liked Halo 1 through 3 because it's one guy, the Master Chief. Halo Reach, it was a team of Spartans. It's the team. In Reach, it's multiple different Spartans, all different kinds of Spartans. Halo 1 through 3 is just the Master Chief. That is the divide between millennials and Zoomers. There's something so fundamental about that, right? So millennials define themselves in contrast to this cheap, trashy Zoomer attention economy culture. But as you can see, just analyze how these communities work and how they move online. They are beholden to the exact same mechanisms of the attention economy, of the cybernetic feedback loops, of the algorithms. They are just as much beholden to it as the Zoomers. They're just less honest about it. They are just as much NPCs as anyone else, and I'll prove it to you. Do you want to shatter the worldview of a millennial? Swarm their replies on a Twitter post. If you swarm the replies of a Twitter post of a millennial and ratio them, you know what they're going to do? They're going to readjust their entire worldview to over-exaggerating your significance and trying to recuperate the lost sense of selfhood. Like, that will fuck them up forever. They will never get over it. It's literally why Kantbot denounced me. He couldn't deal with the fact that, like, we move like an army. Like, how it started is Kantbot started talking shit about some of you guys because of the barista shit. And then members of the community came, and I guess about 5 people might have swarmed him. But it's not the fact that 5 people bothered him. It's the fact that these 5 people were not bothering him in unique ways. You literally have like 5 or 12 people swarm you, repeating the same message. It's like you're repeating the same message, copying, pasting the same message, and that's what fucked him up. That's what made him lose his mind and be like, oh my God, I hate this infrared stuff is no good. What is so bad about infrared that traumatizes on some level Kantbot? It's the fact that we debase the faculties of the intellect, the faculties of reason, of the mind. We debase these things in some kind of like quantitative power. Like, bitch, there's more of us than you. I don't care about the qualitative content of your opinion. You are equal to Mecha Gorilla Horde 2036 on Twitter. You are the same as that. They, millennials, don't like this. They don't like being reduced to a minion. The yellow minions. They don't like that. They say, no, I want to be an individual. I want to be a unique person. I want to be a special snowflake. But you're not. Zoomers have irreversibly exposed something false, which is at the core of millennial identity. Now, I'm not saying all millennials are possessed by this delusion. I'll name you the millennial who's not coping. Logo. The only wise millennial, one of the only wise ones, is Logo. And that's why Kantbot had a falling out with Logo. Why? Logo is the example of a millennial who has used their age as a form of wisdom and experience to teach prior generations. He goes to the essence of what this will be. That's why Logo looks at the world like algorithms. He looks at it like that already. He doesn't have the pretension of thinking that all these disgusting millennial communities are all these unique individual snowflakes. Logo has correctly perceived to be a fact of the millennials already. This is why. Now, am I a millennial? I'm in between. So I'm born 96. So that's right on the border between millennial and Zoomer. I don't know if I'm a Halo 3 millennial. I'm not a Halo 2 millennial. I'm not a Halo 1 millennial. I'm a Halo 3 millennial. I'm going to explain to you what a Halo 3 millennial is. Halo 3 millennials are right on the cusp of the transition to Zoomer. So I have some kind of critical distance towards Zoomer culture, but I'm not coping. I'm not trying to protect something. I am just on the cusp, the end of Halo 3. The end of the trilogy. Like, I'm right there. Right at that flashpoint horizon. And I try to understand the Zoomer. Because I'm partially Zoomer myself, right? So, this is how I understand it. Millennials don't realize they are not the privileged subject of the 21st century. Their childhood was right before social media. So millennials think they have gained access to some special truth. They're just a sentimental reactionary generation. They think they know it all because they were right before social media changed everyone's brain, rewired everyone's brain. Whereas the Zoomer just fully is immersed. Millennials are just this kind of failed romantics. They will have refuge in David Lynch, Twin Peaks. Like, this is millennial culture. Millennial culture is like, oh yeah, there's this like really authentic wood cabin in the woods that sells like donuts that are sprinkled with shark particles. And it's like a really hole in the wall, like in the woods, and you wouldn't know about it. It's totally like no smartphones are allowed in it. And yeah, man, we're just sitting and having a cup of coffee there and eating our shark donuts. Yeah. Millennials think there is something about their subjectivity that is somehow off the grid. And that is what they try to give form to. But they don't realize it's a failure. All of your millennial special snowflake identity, that is just one quantitative signal amidst the stream of the information economy. You are equal to the Zoomer. Nothing about you can be safeguarded from this. If you think you have a message to give to the world, you can believe in it if you have 0 followers and 0 likes. But here is what you must understand. See, millennials say, no, I'm correct. People are too stupid. No, you're not correct. You are losing in the attention economy, which means something about your message must change. I'm fighting the reactionary millennials, and I believe in using brute force to crush the Tambov rebellion. Crush those peasants in the Vendee. Crush them. Annihilate the sentimental romantic reactionaries. Show them no mercy. Wipe them off the face of the earth. The march of progress must continue forward. I am an evil Chinese dictator. I am Sun Yat-sen if he was a brutal tyrant who massacred millions. I am the Mandarin. I am here to break the millennial. Wipe the reactionaries off the face of the earth. You are not above anyone. You are equal even to the most stupid, low IQ boomer sharing fucking QAnon memes on Facebook. You are in the thick of it. There's nothing about your sense of self that can be preserved. If Aiden Ross's audience cannot comprehend what you're saying, it's worthless. I am the ruthless Zoomer dictator. I will bring a reign of terror upon the millennials. We are the guerrilla army. We are the infrared army. We will bring our enemies to submission by the brute force of our numbers, concentrated and organized. Is there less of us? Yes. but we're more organized. We're self-conscious. We're a horde. Every single one of us is a soldier in the army. None of us think of themselves as a special snowflake. Not even me. I am your leader. I will command this army to break the psyche and shatter the psyche of the millennial scum, hipster, chapo rejects. We will swarm your replies. We will ratio the fuck out of you like kicking the bee's nest. You will witness in full, live, 4K, you will witness how much we can turn your opinion into a quantity, devoid of qualitative value. I am the commander of the guerrilla army. You're in or you're out. We are coming. Here's the irony of this embrace of the de-individualized collective horde. Each and every one of you are genuinely and authentically individuals. You're philosophers, you're poets, you're scientists, you're engineers. You each have skill sets. You have personality, you have character, authentic character. Does any one of these fucking people, do they have a Kareem? Do they have a Rev? Do they have a Prism? Do they have a Voidburn? Do they have a Chris Morlock? Do they have that? They don't. They are the true NPCs. Paradoxically, in their vain attempt to produce a fake version of individuality, they are the biggest NPCs of all. We are a humble horde. We don't think we're better than anyone. We do believe in strength in numbers. And because we give to the devil what belongs to him, we give room and space for true, authentic individuality. True, authentic, soulful individuality.